kinder, gentler Donald Trump on display in China, praising the pageantry, feeling the flattery, and instead of blaming Beijing for the trade imbalance he hates, the president's pointing at his predecessors.
It's too bad that past administrations allowed it to get so far out of kilter.
That softer stance, a far cry from the campaign.
We can't continue to allow China to rape our country.
China cheats us. I don't blame China. Who can blame a country for being able to take advantage of another country for the benefit of its citizens? I give China great credit.
On perhaps the most important stop of his Asia trip, the president wanted to tackle trade and the threat from North Korea. But it's not clear what, if anything, concrete came from the talks. The U.S. touts $250 billion in business deals announced on this visit between companies from the two countries. But those will take years to go into effect. And while both leaders agree North Korea can't become a nuclear power, China did not commit to new sanctions to pressure Pyongyang.
You're a very special man.
In a Chinese charm offensive, President Trump's hoping a personal relationship will pay off on the policy front.
President Trump is trying a honey strategy. Whether that will draw the bees or draw a sting is not clear yet.
It's been nearly 2 months since North Korea test-fired a missile, and that country will be at the top of the agenda if the president meets with Vladimir Putin at his next stop in Vietnam. The Kremlin has already announced the two will talk, but here in Beijing, officials are still being cagey about whether that's a done deal.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.